If you manage accounts or run projects, never does that project go perfectly. You're not perfect, they're not perfect, it's all good, that's expected. Some examples of where projects may go off the rails. You're stuck delivering work outside of scope, they have some unreasonable requests, they're not holding up their end of the bargain, you're not on pace to hit the budgeted deadline. Ultimately, what happens is that people don't end up having the conversations to fix some of those issues when they should be having those conversations. One, because it's a tough conversation that needs to be had, and two, it doesn't seem like that big a deal in the moment. You can get back on track. Those issues, though, end up building up over time. And at the end of the project or later in the life cycle of the client relationship, things could blow up. And it's not because of the one thing that happened at the end, it's because of the series of things that built up over time. So the recommendation here, in order to get the next project, in order to keep your client happy, in order to fix any issues, is to sprint, run to the problem, especially when it is a small problem. For example, the moment that you notice that you're starting to deliver work outside of scope, have that conversation. Hey, I recognize that we're starting to get into some work that is outside of what we agreed to, and we're happy to provide that value, and we certainly don't want to nickel and dime you. However, I want to make sure that our team is compensated fairly and you're getting ultimately what you paid for, so can we have that conversation? When it's not that big of an issue, it's not that hard to have that conversation and nip it in the bud. If you don't have that conversation now, you'll ultimately have to have it later, and that's when those conversations get tough. So a good account manager or project manager has the conversation when the issues are small by running to the problem to avoid big issues later.